Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We will start with the CRC meeting, the audit meeting. Or do we have to do the other and go out to the audit? Okay. Trying to be awake.
Does that mean I'm on?
Hmm?
Does that mean I'm on?
You said, no, not yet. Minutes of the February 6th meeting. Can I have-
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Are you-
I'm on? Okay. We have the results for the audit today for the year ended December 31st, 2023, for the Capital Resource Corporation. As you know, there's very limited activity in the organization for the year 2023, so it's a very straightforward audit report, an unmodified audit opinion. Really nothing unusual or different to point out this year than years in the past. Audit went well, we had no audit adjustments, and we're prepared to issue these final after today's meeting so that you can file your affairs report on time.
All right, thank you. Any comments? Do we need to vote to approve that? Yes, no, a star.
So moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any public comments? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
One.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving right along. We now, a regular meeting. And do I have approval for the minutes?
We're in the IDA.
CRC.
CRC.
I approve. No, CRC,
Very meeting.
regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Again, we have the audited financial and related correspondence, that you got the report at the audit committee. To approve that again? Okay, so I need approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Administrative director's report.
We have nothing to report on CRC. I think, and, CEDC will make the $5,000 long grant, so we have the capital to deal with, the working capital to be able to get our audits done, have what legal services we need, and that's insurance. And again, it's an expense, and but it is a worthwhile expenditure on CEDC's part to enable us to continue to have this tool in the toolbox, particularly the hospital or some other major not-for-profit wants to do tax and finance.
Right, and you haven't talked to anybody recently that expressed any interest. All right. Any public comments? Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we are, we're now at the IDA Audit Committee. And we have the draft minutes to approve.
I move we approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
IDA.
We're not IDA. You're up.
Ready for me? Okay, I'm sorry. Thanks, talking my ear off.
Trying to get the audit done here.
So again, we have the audit for the IDA now for the year ended December 31st, 2023. The IDA also had a very straightforward year. We didn't have any new programs or projects or anything come to you, so the administrative fees are just on the pilots that are still outstanding. Did recognize about $6,000 of income that was revenue that you collected on a loan that you did with Columbia County in the past that had been sitting on the books as a liability. Columbia County said we want you to retain that money and they're going to give you direction in the future as to how you're going to use it. So it was recognized as revenue in 2023, and then it's been restricted for the county to tell you in the future what you're going to use that for. And then the only other thing I wanted to point out is just because of the limited revenue and activity in the organization, you did ask CEDC to reduce your administrative fee that they charge you for the admin costs. So it went from 24,000, which is what it has, of course, historically been the last few years, to 12,500. So that also helped with your cash flow. Besides that, it's a straightforward audit, and we are again prepared to issue these final after today's meeting until we're done.
Thank you. Any comments? Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No public comments? Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now we are at the regular meeting. Administrators, directors report.
Thank you. As you know, in a previous meeting, you approved two resolutions to approve public hearings for the Labella project and the Calcagno housing project. We received a notification last week that the Calcagno housing project will not be going forward. Apparently, there were issues between the developer and the village planning board, and the developer indicated that he had a drop dead date for village planning board approval based on a national grid scheduling commitment, and they weren't able to resolve those issues. It's very disappointing, not only because of the fact that the IDA likes to assist projects, particularly housing projects, but because it was going to be 66 units of housing, and they went through a tremendous amount of effort to annex a portion of the town of Kinderhook into the village of Alicia, and I guess there were issues with clearing and other issues that respect to the community standards that would require developers to do things that apparently he didn't want to do. I spoke to him again Friday in an effort to see if the cooler heads calm the waters and give us time to get the project back on track, but it doesn't look positive right now.
Ooh, it's such a shame.
Big shame.
The Labella project, I know the Labella and his council were on vacation different times. We have had a draft application from the group in Philmont that wants to buy the mill up on the pond and turn it into a banquet event facility. It would meet the criteria of overcoming the restriction on retail because of the fact that Philmont is a distressed community. We also have been talking with a group in Germantown who are looking to renovate 11 Main Street, which is a building, brick building down on the waterfront on the river that I guess had been at one time an apple storage unit, and that had been a book storage unit. And, it's a very interesting project. They're also looking for Restore New York grant. That concludes my report, Chair.
All right, thank you. Yeah, it's just to lose some potential housing is hard. All right, consent agenda. We have the draft minutes, committee reports, audit committee, finance committee, governance committee, which didn't meet, right? We didn't.
No.
Yeah, okay. So a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
That sounds good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Okay, Labella project is up again.
We're waiting to hear back on how they're going, putting their financing together, and then we'll schedule a public hearing.
Okay. And the Four Seasons project.
That was the capital project.
Okay, all right. Clock.
Clock, Andy, they had done some additional financing, and we also concluded the resolution of the pilot issue.
Yep.
Put
Put it in line with their CO.
The issue was that they did some additional financing with, I don't remember who, it was a line of credit. And they needed to modify, or at least get our approval and go through some paperwork with respect to the IDA's role so that the mortgage tax could still be exempt. And with respect to the pilot agreement, we signed a document that reflected your resolution authorizing that the beginning date of the pilot coincide with the issuance of the certificate of occupancy by the town.
What's the planned opening date for that?
Riley had reached out to them last week in connection with the Office of Community Renewal grant that they have. And my recollection was that they're looking at sometime in May.
Yep, they're still working for that.
Wow.
When someone does additional financing, do we get the privilege to the information where that financing is coming from?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know who it is. It was an out-of-area lender. That's why.
Oh, it was Walden Bank of New Hampshire.
Right.
Of New Hampshire.
Great.
And it's a very interesting bank. They only do agribusinesses. I don't believe they have brick and mortar other than administrative offices. There's no branches. And they reached out to us a couple months ago in connection with any projects that we thought they might have some connection or interest to. And it was $3 million, as I believe.
Yeah.
But I'll show you the material if you're interested.
I was just curious, always, if we're gonna be involved with the business, who the other business partners are.
Yeah. It's a de novo bank. And it was, had some of us nervous at Ulster Savings because in Orange County, there's a Walden Savings Bank. And we didn't realize that they had gotten public, but this group's not public, it's a mutual. But, when we did some research, we were glad to see that it was a bank in New Hampshire.
Thank you.
And they had to get the consent of Farm Credit, who is their underlying lender, and they did an appraisal. We assisted providing information related to the pilot agreement and other of IDA benefits to the appraiser, who was actually Dan Hubble's father. Dan Hubble's a lawyer at White Austria.
All right. Any public comments? No? Anything else?
Well, we just thank you for coming to this special meeting so that we could, Lisa could get the report authorized and approved so that we can finalize that statement. And we want to thank Nicole and her team, not only with respect to the CRC and the IDA, but she sent me the CDC audit over the weekend and it's in great shape. For those of you on the CEDC board, we have a net income of $9,500 after putting $25,000 into the reserve account. As I said, I was very upset because I was, 0.002% off on the budget. But you don't have to. Glad I got my. Glad we had the compensation conversation last month.
Yeah, we need to rethink that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Sarah. You did a lovely job.